Hello, and tonight on Exploring the Mittens, we visit the Roscommon Historic Model Railroad Club. And then later, I'll tell you some history about the Lake State Railway that cuts through this nice little town of Roscommon, Michigan. That's all on tonight's episode of Exploring the Mittens. The Roscommon Historic Model Railroad Club, located in Roscommon, Michigan, has three different layouts. It has the O scale, G scale, and HO scale, which is the smallest. Let's start off with the O scale. The O scale layout has 6 different trains that run at once. This one here that's running is the Polar Express. If you look close, you can see some of the characters riding on the train from the movie. If you look in the back, there is a operating ski lift and hockey players that skate around. They also have people sledding and people walking around town. There is a Cracker Barrel and a water tower. There's a little thing for the kids to see if you can find the Grinch that stole Christmas. When I was there, it took me quite a while, about 5 minutes, to find him. Just check out the rest of the Polar Express and you can see what I'm talking about. It's a neat train. Next on the O scale, I will tell you about the Harry Potter train, or the Hogwarts Express. The Harry Potter train has a little town with some brick street, and it takes place in the winter, so there's snow on the ground. The club just recently got the engine for the Harry Potter train layout off one of the club members. If you look, there is some of the characters off Harry Potter on the top of the mountain where the castle is. There is also a little train station on the layout, where on one side there is a different scene. You will have to watch the rest and see for yourself what else you can find. Next on the line on the O scale is the Fall or Autumn Halloween train. Just like the Harry Potter, it has brick street but takes place in the fall. You can see the orange and red leaves on the ground and on the trees. The kids can push the button on the side of the Halloween to hear something spooky. You have to see yourself what it does and to check out the layout on the Halloween train. There is also, on one of the train cars, is a little jack-o'-lantern pumpkin that goes up and down when the train goes around and round the little oval. Now on the last 2 trains on the layout. This layout takes place in the spring/summer. This layout has 2 trains, one on the bottom and one on the top. The bottom train is old-style locomotive train. This layout has a little coal mine and a little brick road going to the top. Now to the top of the spring/summer train. The top has a fire train that the club uses every year at the Firemen's Memorial Festival, every September at the fairgrounds in Roscommon, Michigan. Check out the rest of the video of the spring/summer to see for yourself how neat it is and what kind of nice train they are. Now let's move on to the G-scale layout, the biggest engine of the three layouts. This layout is a garden railroad, which means you can run this train in the snow outside, the rain outside, or any kind of weather conditions. The G-scale layout takes place in the logging era. This layout has a saloon and an operating sawmill that I will show you later in this episode. You will have to see it for yourself to have the most fun of all. Check out the operating sawmill. Now onto the last layout, the HO scale layout, the largest layout of the three. This one starts in the front room and goes into the back room. The thing that makes people laugh is that the HO scale layout, well, to get from the back room into the front room, the trains have to go through the bathroom. So when you're sitting in there, you can watch the trains go by. In the front room of the HO scale train layout has a little lake with a big bridge that the train goes over. There is a mountain scene on both the back walls, in the front room and back room, that one of the club members did. If you look, one of the trains on the HO layout is the LSRC, or the Lake State Railway, the real train that goes through Roscommon. Check out the train that goes through the bathroom. In the back room and in the front room, both have little towns. The HO layout in the back room has a little farmer's market inside the town, a train station, some hobos by a fire, and a train car yard. Later, I will show you some of the accessories on the O, G, and HO scale layouts here in a little bit. Here are the accessories on the HO layout. You just have to come and see the club yourself and see what kind of fun and stuff I'm talking about. Here are some of the accessories on the O scale layout, like the fair. All I can tell you is it's a fun place to come. You can come to the club every Saturday and Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can even get a club membership for $10 a month or for $100 a year. I hope everybody can come visit the club and have a great time. Now we're off to the Lake State Railway. Lake State Railway Company, located in Saginaw, Michigan, has nearly 300 miles of track and 21 engines. I tracked it down, and it goes all the way south to Flint, Michigan area, and goes north through Grayling, Michigan. The LSRC is a railroad operating in Saginaw Valley of the Lower Peninsula. The LSRC moves large quantities of aggregate and limestone, as well as coal, grain, and some chemical products. The company started in 1992 and still runs today. Before the LSRC, or the Lake State Railway, the Detroit and Mackinac Railway was on the same route but went further, all the way up to Mackinac Bridge. The LSRC only goes to Gaylord, Michigan. No matter if you like chasing down trains, like the color of them, like counting the cars, or you just like the railroad, the Lake State Railway is what you want to see. Hello, and thanks for watching this week's episode of Exploring the Mittens.